Okay, hello Habibis. Today we're gonna read the end of 𝖤ki𝖺stutu𝖾. Okay, I'm just gonna be a little quiet because I literally just woke up a few minutes ago. So yeah. Okay, so you're probably aware of that one 𝖤ki𝖺stutu𝖾 Heroes episode where Fran had a nightmare in which 𝖤ki𝖺stutuL blew up and turned into a zombie land, and the 𝖤ki𝖺kids were next. But there was an even worse episode that I encountered. Note: this is inspired by Wonder Pet's The Final Hours and Yo Gabba Gabba Meteor. I was just watching a Disney Channel original movie on demand when I heard a knock on the door. When I opened it, it was an envelope. When I opened the envelope, it was a 𝖤ki𝖺stutuL Heroes DVD. The DVD cover. Okay. The DVD cover had the 𝖤ki𝖺kids on the background of 𝖤ki𝖺stutuL with text above them saying 𝖤ki𝖺stutuL Heroes, the best heroes in 𝖤ki𝖺stutuL Volume 1. Release date early 2008. Well, at least it's on date this time, I thought. The DVD disc was low budget. It was just a blank DVD disc with the Sharpie handwriting 𝖤ki𝖺stutuL Heroes on the top and the Best Heroes Volume 1 on the bottom. I decided to finish watching the movie, and then after that I put the disc inside the DVD player. Another bad mistake I've done. The FBI warnings came up and they were normal. The Walt Disney Home Entertainment logo then came up, but it got really creepy. Oh my gosh. The background was red, the text was an arch were burnt, and the arch was on fire. And when the orchestral note hit, which sounded demonic, a crowd screaming can be heard in the background. What? This is worse than Last Encounter, I thought. Then it showed some previews which again, like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, JoJo Circus, Stanley, Handy Manny, Special Agent also, and Jungle Junction. After that, it went to the main menu. The DVD menu had the 𝖤ki𝖺kids and 𝖤ki𝖺stutuL with each button on top of them. The buttons were, yes, play all on top of Eubie, episode selection on top of Wayne, bonus features on top of Twinkle, set up on top of Kip, and sneak peeks on top of Fran. I chose play all to watch all of the episodes. There were multiple episodes playing, and all of them were from season 1. It started with up a tree and ended with a really hot day. There was an extra episode, but it was really unlike the others. It might be worse than the last one. Before that, there was a warning screen taking place in the title card. Oh, what does that sound? Warning: the following episode was created by Ezio Goodman and written by Zoe Gravestone, who teamed up to make this episode in promotion for Final Destination 3. It contains violence, screaming, swearing, and more. Viewer discretion is advised. Not again. I facepalmed. The intro then played, but when the Earth egg opened up, the sky was orange and the singing became demonic. But no one in 𝖤ki𝖺stutuL noticed though. The end of the logo in the theme song. The kids don't care. Then came the show's logo, but the science letters were black and around it was red. The purple outlines were brown and the lights were broken. After that creepy intro, the episode began with the title card, but it wasn't right. The title card read out the end of 𝖤ki𝖺stutuL, but the person who read it did not sound like any of the 𝖤ki𝖺kids. Rather, he sounded like a 16-year-old male. Also, the playful music was replaced by the Paramount Closet Killer theme extended version. The title card's egg shook, but there were sounds of explosions and it opened up to the 𝖤ki𝖺 clubhouse at morning. Guys, guess what? Twinkle asked. It cut to an excited Twinkle. The US Acres from Jim Davies are coming to our house. The 𝖤ki𝖺 kids were excited. They've never met the US Acres before. Fran asked, "Who are the US Acres?" Wayne was about to say something when there was a knock on the door. "I'll get it," Eubie told them as he hopped to the door. He opened the door to see the US Acres. "Well, they're here," he called. "Hi," Orson Pig greeted. "Hello," Eubie greeted back. "So, are you ready for this?" Kip asked. "Yeah," the US Acres exclaimed. "Good. Just sit at the table and if there's not enough chairs, grab some extras," Eubie informed. As Wayne checked the fridge, he was surprised. All there was in the fridge was bacon. Guys?" Wayne asked. "There's only bacon in the fridge." Orson Pig was not happy, because he knew that pigs were needed for bacon and he was a pig, so if he ate that would be cannibalism. "But I can't have bacon," he exclaimed. "I'm a pig." "Oh no," Wade Duck gasped. "Where are we going to find food that we can actually eat from?" "Guys, calm down. I know somewhere," Twinkle thought. It then faded to the Higgly kids and the US Acres arriving at Walmart. What is that? I've never seen a Walmart in Higglytown before. Wow. How did they get there? Walmart? Wait, huh? I don't remember seeing a Walmart supercenter in Higglytown, I thought. "Here we are, Walmart," Twinkle told them. "I have never been to that place before," Roy gasped. "I have heard that this place is totally worth it," Twinkle gasped too. "Well, let's head in." The Higgly kids and the US Acres were excited to see what Walmart looked like. And it was. They were all amazed at how good woman looked like. What? "Wow, wow, wow," Booker gasped, making a wow-wow-wubsy reference. "Well, let's head to the grocery." When they arrived at the grocery, it was cold. "Let's split up and quickly get what we need," Rory reminded. It then showed a 30-second montage of the gang getting the food later. Fran was about to say something. "All right, now, where do we—" But before she could finish, the EAS alarm played in the speakers. "What is going on?" Wayne asked. Then an announcer spoke which sounded like Kent Brockman from The Simpsons. So long. "The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. All normal broadcasting, radio broadcasting, and even more has been discontinued during this alert. There is an asteroid that is named Anti-Higgly meteor that's going to hit the planet and cause severe damage to vehicles, buildings, and even more. Seek shelter immediately. If there's no shelter available, get to the public shelter. If you don't have a vehicle, then get to a bus stop or a taxi cab stand or a tricycle or a motorcycle and ask to get to the public shelter. If you're not able to find one of the after-mentioned things, run to the public shelter as quick as possible. Do not panic, remain calm. Panicking will make this disaster worse, so stay tuned for more information about the situation and good luck seeking shelter." Orson was about to scream, but luckily Twinkle covered her mouth and asked, "Did you listen? Panicking will only make it worse." "Okay, but we need to head to the checkout," Orson thought. Then they headed to the checkout and they headed out of the Walmart. When they were out of Walmart, they saw that the sky was turning red and everyone was rushing to the shelter. Fran called a taxi and they went in without a driver. "Why is there no driver?" Fran asked. "No time to ask," Kip berated. "Get in! Move, move, move!" They all nodded as they got in. Soon afterwards, it got to Garfield, John, and Odie watching TV. All of a sudden, their expression changed from happy to shocked as the EAS alarm played. Then it showed the front view of the TV. "Alert! This is not a test. A meteor called the Anti-Higgly meteor is headed straight for you. Seek shelter immediately, but do not panic. Panicking will make this disaster worse." "Oh no," Garfield panicked. "This can't be. We're doomed." Garfield started to scream, but he sounded like he was voiced by Frank Welker and not Lorenzo Music, likely due to the death of Lorenzo Music in 2001. "Garfield, panicking will only make this worse," Odie responded, which sounded like Quincy from the Little Einsteins. Me, Garfield, and John were surprised. "Odie," John gasped. You can talk," Garfield finished. "That's what I was going to say," I exclaimed. "Whatever. The case. Let's race to the car and look for shelter," John exclaimed. They all raced to the car and went for a ride to find shelter. Meanwhile, in the taxi, Yuppie checked his phone. "Yuppie, when did you have a smartphone?" And he was surprised. "The world will end in 5 minutes, he warned. It then cut to a close-up of the phone. Wow, look at that. The dun 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 SFX played in the background. "Hell no!" Roy screamed. "Not with the swearing again," I muttered. "Wait, let me find the dun 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 SFX. Wait. Okay, this is the dun 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 SFX, okay? That's the dun 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 SFX, okay? "It's okay, guys, I found shelter," Booker informed. "Then let's head for it," Fran exclaimed.
"Hang on tight, people," Booker exclaimed. He put it on full power. Miraculously, the car landed in the shelter without crashing. "No way, bro just did that," Orson thought. When they arrived at the parking lot, everyone got off. The next thing they saw was John's car crashing into the parking lot. "Stupid car," John berated. "Well, what do you know?" Booker asked as Garfield, John, and Odie climbed out of the car. "It's those guys again, the ones that were trying to take over my theme song," Garfield explained. "No time for fighting. The world will end soon," Fran berated. It then cut to a plane that had arrived at the shelter. People were screaming as they were getting into the shelter. It then cut to many film, romance, and playhouses characters as well as mascots for logos arriving at the shelter, like the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse gang, the generics from Bobby's World, the Little Einsteins, Eek the cat, Jojo and Goliath from JoJo Circus, the Wild Brain Eye, the Happiness logo, and the Playhouse's Sun and Bird. Soon afterwards, it cut to everyone at the shelter. "We're glad you arrived," Wayne relieved. "Say, who are these people?" Booker asked. Then they all greeted themselves. After greeting themselves, the U.S. Acres and the Higley kids introduced themselves. Just then, the scene cut to the meteor soaring for 15 seconds, then it cut to the gang in the shelter. "EUB, any updates?" Wayne asked. "Let me check for 1 sec." EUB informed. He took a look at the notification which read, "Critical alert! The world is gonna end in 1 minute. Get to the public shelter fast." "Oh no," Yubi gasped. "I think the world will end in 1 minute." "1 minute?" June gasped. "Holy Grail!" Mickey and Minnie panicked. "We're gonna go boom!" The Playhouse's son and Bird panicked as well. "None of us wanna die," Kelly screamed. Kelly, probably from Handy Manny, I guess. "I don't wanna die too," Jojo, from JoJo Circus, agreed. "Hurry, everyone! Get into the shelter now!" Then after everyone got in, Jojo and Goliath got in the bunker. Then as the meteor was about to hit the ground, a countdown began, but every number the scene changed. 10! The meteor was soaring in the sky. 9! The U.S. Acres hugging each other. 8! The time on Yubi's phone read 5:50. 7! "Well, it's the end. Let's all say our goodbyes," the wild brain I sobbed, in the voice of Arthur Reed. From Arthur, of course, the PBS Kids show. 6. "We're gonna explode and become non-existent," the Happiness logo panicked, in the voice of Buster Baxter from Arthur. 5. The Playhouse's Songbird screamed in horror. 4. The Higley kids braced for impact. 3. "Watch your heads," Bobby alerted. 2. "It's going to blow," Little Einstein screamed. 1. The Higley clubhouse where the Higley kids live in. 0. The meteor hit the ground, causing an explosion. The scene then cut to parts of the earth exploding as an orchestral version of the "Here in Higleytown" by They Might Be Giants was playing in the background, but it was played in an F key, in a key of F and in a minor key. It then transitioned to the bunker, which was blasting off in the explosion. "What is happening?" Bobby screamed. "Don't you know? It's the end of the world," Martha screamed. "Oh no," Eek yelled. "Brace yourselves." Garfield panicked. "We're going down," Quincy yelled. Everyone in the bunker was screaming, which all sounded like the characters of their own, plus the BFDI and Little Einstein scream. It then faded to black. It stayed black for 30 seconds. "Oh God," I muttered. "The meteor must have killed them." Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my gosh. However, I was wrong, as it faded to reveal everyone in the bunker. Everyone was scared. What happened?" The wild brain I moaned. "Okay, you're only an eye. How are you supposed to speak?" "No way." The Playhouse's bird gasped. "It's over." The sun whimpered in the voice of Billy from the Green Adventures of Billy and Mandy, and Grim and Evil. Everyone got out of the bunker. Higleytown was demolished and the Higley kids hopped. "Hey, where are you guys going?" the Happiness called out. Everyone else then followed the Higley kids. "Whoa, that meteor destroyed a lot," Wayne gasped. "It even destroyed the tree and the hills of our logo," the Playhouse's bird pointed out, which she sounded like Mandy from Grim and Evil and the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Okay, I'm just gonna make a part 2 of this. This is literally so long. Bye.